Hello, hello, hello. It has been a hot second. Do realize that. I am acutely aware. In case you haven't been keeping up with the stream, which who blames you? There's a lot of drama to be watched right now. I have been working at a new job. The hope is that that'll turn into like a longer term gig, which I'll have kind of more updates on near the end of this month. I'm just trying to focus on doing a good job there, helping out the team as much as I can, trying to be, an asset to the team. And, we'll talk more about that, obviously, at the beginning of the stream here. What's up, buddy? Ooh, book stream. Yeah. So I want to update you guys on how the job is going. I want to talk to you about some YouTube projects that I'm working on. I will say, if this is the only part of the stream that you see, if you are interested in AI art or the impacts that AI will have on art, or somebody in your life who, would be happy to talk about that topic, put them in touch with me. You can DM me on Twitter. You can message me on Discord. All of that is hold on, let me respond to this Slack message real quick, because again, I'm trying hard to do a good job at work so that I can prove to them my value and help them out. 1 second. So that's the TLDR. I've been working a lot. I am interviewing people for this kind of AI topic or this AI video to kind of flesh out that topic a little bit, talk with people in the space, learn about something that I'm interested in, and then compile my findings from all of those interviews and all of the research that I'm doing into what initially was going to be a YouTube video, but is now looking like a book. Yeah, Pog book. Initially, it was going to be a YouTube video, but now it's looking like it's probably going to be... did I say YouTube book? Thank you for that. We should probably just skip the starting screen because, I only have a limited time that I could be live. I think I have a meeting.
I need someone to build an ad that automatically renews the Prime sub every month.
Yeah, that would be awesome. That way I can squeeze every dime that I could get out of it. I'm just kidding. Like, the awesome part about the job, because we'll kind of move into talking about that. How should I start this? 1 sec. I should probably set an alarm so I make sure that I get to the meeting that I'm supposed to do on time. 1 sec.
Ooh.
Thank you for joining on the YouTube as a YouTube member. Very, very cool. Thank you for the subs. It's all appreciated. And here's the deal. So, job breakdown. I've started work that I'll probably talk more about when it's like a done deal, and I know it's going to be a longer term thing, and maybe work some of the concepts that I'm learning at work into the stream, just as I did kind of when I started streaming and all throughout streaming. As I learn things, as I engage with topics that I find particularly interesting, I'll be sure to share those with you. The TLDR on the job is it is a job in the creator space. Right now, I'm in charge of like some of our content and hopefully working on some products for creators. It is a creator focused company, and it's got all that startup culture stuff, which has been an interesting learning curve, believe me. It's been strange because my understanding of startup culture thus far is that you're kind of putting in work in a way that isn't like super over your shoulder guided all of the time, which is more or less the same thing as being a founder in any other company. So like when I did essay writing, of course, I don't have bosses, peering down my shoulder. Granted, I have clients that do that. So that's kind of the control and the bumpers. I do have a boss at the company, but it's a lot more free form with how you tackle problems. And you're not given problems so much as you are given like a general goal or a very ambitious goal. And then you're meant to kind of, like a mouse released into a maze, find the best path with the least amount of work or money or whatever else to get to that, or whatever it is that you're kind of stumped on. So if you don't have a lot of money, you're going to want to do it cheaply. If you don't have a lot of time, you're going to want to do it quickly. It just kind of depends on the requirements that are on that goal. And it's very similar to working on your own, but I'm used to, like, when I go to a company, you have like a boss that is quite demanding, and you have work processes that you need to follow and stuff like that. Whereas this is building something from the ground up. So a lot of these things don't exist. You have to create them. And so, there's just a lot involved with systems and things like that to try and make sure that as you're doing the work, you're also leaving some breadcrumbs that you'll eventually piece back together into a path to get that result over and over and over again, which is super fun. I'm enjoying it a ton. It's a really cool work environment. And so I'm having fun with it. I really hope that it works out. Again, I'll know at the end of this month. The end of this month will also be the beginning of TwitchCon season. I will be in San Diego from the 5th until I think the 10th. So if you are in San Diego, you want to meet up, or you're at TwitchCon or something like that, let me know. I'd be happy to hang out. But at the end of this month, we kind of look at my contract again, and we figure out if I'm a good fit for the team, if I've been everything they hope for and more. And, if that's all the case, then I should renew my contract, maybe become like a full-time employee. And that would be awesome, because what that means is, and this kind of transitions us into like our second topic for today, which I'll go ahead and make sure is on the screen for you. 1 second. Let's see, that should be this chalkboard. Yeah, there we are. Which I will go ahead and put up here in the corner. No, I won't, because that doesn't fit there. Oh, well. Speaking of which, I should probably move this camera a bit like this. So where was I? Oh, yeah. I'm going to be a freed man, okay? Like the slaves before me, okay? I will be a freed man. I'll be a freedman. I will wear that badge with honor. If I make enough money doing this job, which I definitely will if they continue to employ me, I don't have to worry about using the stream as a tool for making money. It won't be my primary source of income. And that'll feel great, because there's this kind of ironic twist of like perception where people make fun of you on Twitch and on streaming services for like doing things to make money, like covering drama or whatever else. But it's your fucking job for a lot of us. Like for me, it was like my primary source of income, right? So of course I'm going to try to use job to me, right? And this would enable it to not be a job anymore. It would be a passion project. I'll just do stuff that I think is fun, and I'll have enough money from my job that I can just bankroll projects that I want to do, that I think are interesting. And I don't really have to care if a ton of people watch it or a ton of people like it or all the trash that they talk about it. I could just be siloed from all that and be a creator and just have fun with it. And that's kind of my intention. There's a lot of things that I'm looking at in terms of restructuring the channel and restructuring content. I would suspect that there will be fewer live streams and that there will be more like behind the scenes work on content I care about, because that's always been the fun way for me of making content. And it's just generally been my approach, with something like essay writing. What I would always tell clients is the outlining and all of the research is like 80 or 90% of the work. The drafting, the actual creation of the content is the quickest part. That may not comport 100% to YouTube content, obviously, but, the vast majority of my time, and I enjoy it being this way, is spent offline doing that stuff. And when you're not financially rewarded for it, that can feel really, really bad. But if it's just a fun passion project thing and you're making content that you want to make, that's less of a problem, because it's something that you find fun and that you would be doing otherwise. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. Right now with the AI project, I'm talking to people that are incredible, people that are, one of the few professional concept artists, for instance, that exist in the world. I think it's the person I was talking to today was telling me it's like 2,000 like real professional, like properly known concept artists in the world, right? Like, and so far, everybody in the art community that I've spoken with has been super open. They seem very, very down to talk about the things that they're passionate about and talk about the things that they're working on. And I've been amazed by the things that they're doing, because when it comes to something like AI art, I think that we focus a lot on what is right in front of us, which is things like, you know, going into Discord call with friends and sharing keywords and, you know, your own prompts and pumping out fun stuff and finding out the quirks of the machine. But for these guys, it is becoming an integral part of their design process, and they're doing incredible things. And I don't want to spoil any of that. I want to share that with you guys in like a properly formatted, fun viewing experience that'll kind of walk you through the wonders that I walked through in the perfect order to maybe really hit at that sense of wonderment that I've been going through talking with people about this. And I look forward to that. I'm actually excited for that. Talked to Claire. She's a good cat. I've already talked to Claire, so I'm ahead of the curve. Hello, Booksmarts and Chat Smarts. Long time no see. What's up, Saiku or Sicko? Bro, you're actually doing a subathon? No, not at all. And no, I don't really want to talk about the drama too much today either. If you guys want to, we can. But like, not at all my purpose of today. I was talking about this in my Discord, which if you didn't know, you can always do !Discord. If you're on YouTube, there's a link to it in the description. I'm always on there talking with people and hanging out, playing video games. So if you miss me, it's a good place to hang out with me, get a hold of me, talk to me, talk with other people in the community that may be like-minded on particular topics or an approach to life. Yeah, I was writing some updates in there about my plans for the channel and some things that I'm thinking about. And I figured, I have some time today, may as well try and stream. It's been a hot second. So, you know, I've been considering like kind of just moving towards YouTube content, like prepared content. I'm a dude that does prep no matter what. And frankly, I don't think Twitch rewards that nearly as much as like a YouTube audience would reward that. So that's probably where I'm going to go with things. I don't enjoy the process of having to do research and things like that on stream. That should come as no surprise to people that have been watching the channel for a while, but that is what it is. I just feel like it taints the process when you have people over your shoulder and your attention is divided between chat and the material that you're supposed to be learning about. And, you know, when everybody in this space does that and few do what I'm doing, which is to like spend the time off stream, like collecting your thoughts and really engaging with the material, taking notes, reviewing your notes, like figuring out a thesis for what you believe in and whatever. It's just, it's not a fun space to be in. Thanks, Hunter, for the $5. Let's hear what Hunter.
In case you don't see the other chats, but as a tattooer, I'd love to talk to you. / get you in contact with people in my industry and how they're using AI.
Well, if you would like to do any of those things, you can DM me on Twitter. You can DM me on Discord. My DMs are open. All you have to do is join the server. I would be happy to talk with you or people in your field. That would all be awesome. Part of this stream is just a call out to people to let them know that's something I'm working on in the background over the next 2 weeks or so. And yeah, if you'd like to talk, I'd be happy to put some time on my calendar and do that with you. But yeah, if other people are doing that prep and stuff, it feels bad, man. It's difficult to engage with. And you end up inevitably getting this this feeling where it feels weird to engage with people because you feel like it's on a different level. And you can get very up your ass about the value of your own thing that you're putting forward because you think you're putting in more work and yada, yada, yada. There's a lot of bad emotional baggage that comes with like doing it that way when nobody else is doing it. And I think the writing's been on the wall for a long time that, you know, I kind of just don't fit here. You know, as fun as it can be to cover drama with you guys and stuff, I think it should come as no surprise to people that like a lot of the time those are suffer streams that like I'm not enjoying by the end of it. And that really comes off to viewers. I think one of the biggest complaints I've had over the last 6 months has been like, when you start losing enthusiasm, we all know it. It's no secret, and it hurts like the content. It makes me want to click away. And you know, I hear you. it's just, I was in this position where like, I need to do that to make money, and so on and so forth. And I've cornered myself into this place where I have to do that content because this is what people are expecting from me. And I want to be done with it. Does that mean that there will be no more debate reviews ever? I can't say that with certainty. If I find one particularly interesting, I might go to it. But like, there are so many other costs that come with it, like engaging with these communities. And this isn't to say anything bad about the creators. It's not even to like, I don't even mean this to generalize their communities, but I want to talk about like a phenomena. There's a phenomena where there's a lot of negativity, especially in the debate communities and stuff. And if you're criticizing, like I would be in my position, they're people, you know, you're putting a target on your back, you get anything wrong and people will jump down your throats. It's a very unforgiving environment that puts out a lot of negativity that, frankly, if I have a job that's making good money, I don't have to put up with it, right? There's no reason to do that. The money doesn't make up for all of that. Like, you know, it like, there are such crazy ideas about me that float around, like that I'm a snake who like secretly hates destiny and won't tell anybody, or I police African-American people's use of the N-word, or like, there's just like so many crazy things, and I don't want there to like continue to be crazy shit about me. I don't want to be involved with people who are always going to be looking for the opportunity to like sink your ship, even if they're your friend. Just the whole space, man, the whole space, it's just not my vibe. I don't like that. You know what I mean? Yeah, like it's rough, man. I've made some good friends on here. I'm sure I'll keep being friends with them. But yeah, if this job works out, man, I'm just going to do content that I think is fun. And if you guys stick with me through that, that's fucking awesome. I do appreciate everybody that supported me up until this point and on into the future. That's awesome. If you feel like there's value in the conversations that I'm having with people or my approach to them, that won't go away. Like right now, all of these interviews that I'm doing so far, they've been recorded. I intend to release them on audio only platforms like Spotify and stuff like that. If I can figure out how to do it, that'll be a fun little project. You know, maybe a second channel or an unlisted YouTube playlist that'll have like video versions. If you prefer the, you know, having that stuff straight in your feed on YouTube, I can understand that. And yeah, like maybe looking at the Patreon more as like these are community funds for the Booksmarts community. And, you know, they'll be used on like quality of life improvements for you guys. Like I know timestamps is a huge thing you guys like, and I can affordably get that done because I've worked with people in the community that can do that for me. And, now that money isn't needed for paying for rent or food or drink, you know, I can just use that money straight up on the channel. And if the channel grows, then that money will presumably grow and we can do more stuff and consider more of those improvements for you guys. And, you know, that's all good. I think longer term, it would be cool to have somebody help me with production, organizing, you know, all of the interviews that I would want to do, organizing a content schedule to make sure you guys have stuff, even if I'm cutting down the workload of hours that I'm spending on something. Like all of those are kind of monetary trade-offs that all of a sudden would make sense if I have like a decent paying job. And, you know, I think odds are looking good on that front, but it could be at the end of the month. They're like, you know, we don't want to continue this and whatever. And then I'll probably continue to look for a second job and continue making content for you guys, of course. And that would be the route there. But I'm pretty hopeful that it'll go well. I've gotten nothing but like positive feedback from my bosses and stuff like that, and from other team members. So I'm pretty positive about it. Does this mean the revival, the BIA? Probably not. Probably not. The thing is, I feel like when I'm trying and I'm being consistent, I can be a decent manager of people. However, I will not have the time for that with work. And I don't think that the value that is produced by like properly managing the BIA at this scale is worth it. So it's unlikely we would see a return to the BIA, just to be frank with you. And I think I would want to structure the videos and the research in such a way where I get to do it. Remember, I was a professional ghostwriter before I did this, right? Like I was a professional researcher. I helped people with the highest academic level of like particular topics like psychology and behavior and education and business. I like research. I'm good at research. I'm good at like writing. And I enjoy it. I want to go back to that. I want to do that. And I don't see a particular reason to farm out the work that I actually enjoy to people. It's the work that I don't enjoy, like scheduling everything or making sure stuff gets posted at regular intervals or, managing an editor to make sure that stuff gets done or doing video. It's all that stuff that I just don't want to do. And I don't have the time to do. And so that's where we would be out there. Saint Nick in the chat crying. I mean, like, if you guys have ideas on stuff, I'd be happy to take your ideas. And I think the community is more of a BIA thing at this point. Like with the AI stuff, I've had a couple of people now reach out from the community with some really good contacts for people that work in fields adjacent to this AI art topic. And that's been rad. You know, I'll still do that. I'll still ask you guys and crowdsource a bit of like contacts and stuff like that. But, I just, frankly, in hindsight, there isn't a benefit to the BIA. And I actually can't think of, maybe besides 2 or 3 projects that like me and the BIA worked on and it was done in a timely fashion where it actually turned into a stream or it was done properly. And I think oftentimes in the times that it did make it to stream, it was in large part me going through and reworking everything or doing a bunch of it that kind of led to that happening. So yeah, I do appreciate the work of the BIA people, but it's not something I could continue to do. It wouldn't make sense. I thought you were a firefighter. Nope. Nope, not a firefighter. You got me pegged for the wrong guy. Wrong kind of fella. So yeah, that's that. That's the YouTube audio only content for these interviews because we're not recording video when we're doing them. That way you guys can still listen to that stuff. Like every conversation I've had so far on the AI art topic, I've gotten compliments at the end for how enjoyable of a conversation it was. They've all been around maybe like 2.5 hours. This is like a solid bit of content for you guys. And I think it works well as like an audio only thing. Like I would probably listen to it if I was a podcast listener, which I am. I was actually just listening to former President Bill Clinton interview Roman Mars, who is the host of 99% Invisible, a design podcast that talks about the hidden part of everyday life. So how things in the city are designed in such a way to help people. Like where I left off in the podcast, President Clinton was talking about back in the day, they used to take, for signposts or something like that. And I will disappear this because it's taking up a lot of my screen. For signposts and stuff, we would take a big metal pole, right? And we would put it real deep in the ground so that if you hit it, it wouldn't get out of the ground, right? Because you want that to be stable. You don't want it moving around too much or getting fucked up. The problem is, if you hit this with a car, it will do its job of staying in the ground and it will destroy the occupants inside and overall turn into quite the wreck. So what they ended up doing, instead of digging these deep into the ground, is they put 2 of them right next to each other, made them real shallow, and bolted them together in the ground. And the idea there is that when you hit it, it's meant to break and come out and come apart, and then you just replace it. Because that way you don't kill the occupants of a car when there is an accident, and this will cause less damage to people. And so the podcast kind of looks at these different designs that are kind of all around us that we don't pay a lot of attention to, and how there's a lot of beauty in that. And there's beauty in starting to pay attention to the things around you in life that have been designed in a way to help you or help the community that would otherwise go overlooked. So yeah, like I enjoy podcasts. I enjoy that podcast in particular. And it's back in the day, they used to take a private jet to an island. No, they didn't. I was there. Well, looks like we got a bit of a debate in the chat about private islands and jets and things. There will be content coming. Don't worry about that. There will be content coming. There is content already done. I want to talk to Jacob Sampson, who you probably know if you do !Jacob in the chat. He is the person that initially helped me with music for the channel. He's a personal friend from high school who is a big audio guy. He loves making music. He loves mixing audio. I reached out to him and said, hey, do you want to help with such a project? I'd be happy to work with you on it. If not, do you know anybody else? Because I want to get that audio cleaned up a little bit before we put it out there. And that's the plan. Let's see, what else was on the docket? I disappeared the thing that tells me what I'm supposed to be talking about. Oh, AI art videos. Yeah, I talked about them. A lot of young, smart people could benefit from just refreshers on why we do things. Yeah, sure. Yeah, maybe. Life Smarts content might be a fun thing I start doing again. Maybe not in a stream format, but just in YouTube videos. Just drop YouTube videos for you guys on that as I, come across problems and solutions in my daily life. It'll definitely be a new chapter, regardless of what happens with the job, when I go back to California at the end of this month. I think I fly out on the 2nd of October, my time, and I should arrive around the 3rd of October. Before that point, I'll know what's going on with the job. And after that point, I'll know what's going on with my housing situation. Right now, I'm looking at moving in with a YouTuber friend. That may or may not work out. It's, yet to be known. I want to look at the place and just make sure that makes sense. Because, again, if I have this job, I have choice of where and how I would want to live. So, if it's not an ideal situation, make a decision accordingly, which is an awesome position to be in, by the way. And I think part of the only reason that I've been able to get this opportunity is you guys. And, frankly, is Steven as well. I hope to reach out to Steven, once things are settled and everything, and maybe at some point fly out to Florida, buy him dinner or something if he still likes me at all. I have no reason to believe he doesn't, but if there's anything the streamer drama stuff has taught us, it's you never know. Maybe that's a good transition to the streamer drama stuff. Holy goodness gracious, I hear OTK have a vacancy. Yeah, we'll see how long that lasts. Yo, can I hit you up if you come down to Miami? Yeah, 100%, dude, 100%. I owe this job, I feel like, to Steven. And if it does work out, then I definitely want to treat Steven in some way because, before this, I was an essay writer at the beginning of the pandemic, and the pandemic destroyed my business. And there was a huge investment I made in marketing funds that was completely lost because of the pandemic. And, if it wasn't for Destiny streaming, if it wasn't for Destiny letting me on to talk with him about rhetoric, numerous times and being super supportive and kind to me, I wouldn't have done this. And if I didn't do this, then I wouldn't have had the opportunity that I have at my present job. And, I'm acutely aware of all that. Just know that I am super respectful and, I have a lot of respect in my heart for Steven. Contrary to popular belief, because it seems like people think I hate Steven. Let's see. What else? It's weird streaming again, dude. It's weird streaming again. Sucks that Bookfucker is live on Twitch. We can't watch the amazing Destiny clips. I don't want to watch anything. I don't want to watch anything, dude. I had friend of the show who... He was my second ever video on YouTube. You can scroll down to the bottom of my uploads list on YouTube and you can find my conversation with him. Clifford, the big red dog, my nice friend. He was seeing all this drama happen. He's like, bro, you got to go live. You got to cover this shit. You got to do this. You got to do that. Like, no, I think I picked a wonderful time to exit all of that stuff because, that was a big testing moment. Do I go live? Do I cover this? Steven's getting thousands more people. And I decided not to. That feels good. That feels really good. I was able to just decide, no, I'm not going to do it. You know, it's not fun to see people's lives falling apart, man. I know what it feels like to be on the receiving end of people covering your drama and every fucking thing you've ever done wrong, online and offline. So, you know, the real empathy angle, and I conveniently get to do this because I no longer have to.
Here's the good times.
Here's the good times. Cheers, friend. You know, now I have the opportunity to make the decision and not have it hurt me too much. You know, it feels bad to be a part of that because as a streamer, you know what it's like to be on the other end of this, and you can, you know, rightly so believe that people are in the wrong and that people did very bad things. You know, I don't think that that's up for debate really on some of these issues at least. But having everybody talk about your shit and just make you feel so fucking bad, and you know, it's just really rough, you know, whether you think they deserve it or not, man. So being a part of that feels bad, and it always feels bad when you're on the other side of it, for sure. There's just been a lot of that, man. A lot of that going on with all sorts of people, and yeah. It's cool not cover it, but there were some amazingly funny clips, especially on the X and Hassan side. See, I don't like listening to either of those guys. So I don't want to watch any of it. You know, I did watch some Destiny stuff because you know, I am a Destiny fan. And it's a lot easier to consume his stuff when I know I don't have to cover it.
Let's have a smell, all right?
Oh, big raid
wafting.
From Irrelevant.
Oh, everyone likes their
We'll
own
have to-
brand, don't they? This is magic. All right, analysis.
That smells like a little Arizonian man. What's up, my friend Irrelevant and all of your people? To give you a TLDR, I got a really cool job. I'm in my probationary period until the end of this month. And once that is done, then we'll kind of reevaluate that. Holy shit, I'm getting so many alerts in Slack right now. Speaking of the job, let me figure out how the fuck I can turn all these off because I don't want to hear them for the rest of the stream. Pause notifications. That's what I want to do. Until tomorrow? Nah, let's do 2 hours, okay? Because I don't need all these. Yeah, so I got that job at the end of the month. At the end of this month, I'll know if my contract is renewed because I'm on a probationary period for a month. If it's renewed, that's awesome. It's in the creator space. It's helping creators, and they want my insights as a small creator. I've no doubt that if this turns into a longer term thing, I'll be talking with people like Irrelevant and other people on the platform to kind of figure out where are your problem points, how could a company help you overcome those, you know, understanding and helping the company to understand that market a little bit better, and in giving back, you know, because I know what it's like to struggle as a creator, man. It may not always appear like struggling to you guys because I spend all my money on traveling and stuff, but I don't save any money, you know, like it's a precarious situation that at any point could get very, very bad. There was a car late at night that nearly hit me, and I ate shit on the pavement trying to like get out of the way. And you know, if I'm hit by a car, that's a life-changing I'm doomed, you know, because I don't have a support system for myself. So, you know, but you know, I understand those concerns of small creators, and I'm trying to give that a voice in every meeting that I'm a part of. I try to be the token creator and just be like, hey, this probably looks this way, this probably looks that way, saying this would probably be helpful. I think creators need this, not that, you know. And, you know, that's kind of the scary part of the job as well, is they brought me on to be kind of a counteracting voice to particular things they might be trying to do that might not align with what creators would want and stuff like that. But it is weird to be in that position, especially when you're in a probationary period, to say, hey, I think we should do X instead of Y. But that's part of the learning curve with startup culture that I'm learning about. Yeah, so that's the job stuff. In terms of my YouTube, my Twitch, whatever, you probably haven't seen me live in a while. It's because I've been working on that job. I'm trying to be a good boy and prove that I'm worth it. I think I'm probably more or less, if the job continues, done with, all the debate review stuff. I love you, Relly. You know that? Like, I hope. Love you to death, man. That I've had some really good friends in this space. Relly being one of them. Every interaction I have with him, it's super duper fun. I hope we can hang out more off stream. I know we don't much anymore, but I would love to. Just as friends, not as like co-creators or whatever the fuck. Just talk about regular shit or whatever drama you're going through. Because you cover all that stuff on stream, and I'm more disconnected now. I'm kind of moving away from that. I want to make content that's fun. Streaming has kind of always felt like an imperfect medium for the thing that I want to do, right? Like, there's a reason why every time I do like a live first time reaction to something, it's a suffer stream, right? Like, it's tough. I much prefer to like take notes and watch something 4 times and come up with a thesis and like prepare an argument and be ready for it. For as much as some people disagreed, for instance, with the like Richard Wolff coverage and how stressful that was at the time for me, that's the kind of stuff I like doing. I like being confident about the things that I'm saying because I spent hours of time on it. I'm intimately familiar with the material. I have all of my quotes on hand, such that I'm prepared to the point where I could have Steven on, talk to him, give pushback, and feel super confident in the way that I'm speaking. It's that's not really the way to play this game, and I'm acutely aware of that. And for that reason, and for the reason that the space is really rough on me, like, I don't know if Irrelevant believes this. Irrelevant, do you think that I police black people on saying the N-word? Do you think I tell black people they can't say the anywho? There's things about me that people believe. And I just think that these will continue to mount as I continue to be on here. There's just drama after drama about you. And like, people say really mean, cruel, fucking heinous shit. And I'm over here trying to be like a, yes, Pepe laugh. Why do you ask? Okay. Yeah. I'm revoking your N-word card, okay? I'm fucking pulling your card, bro. No, I don't. All right, I'll give it back to you, okay? You can have it. But it's it hurts my heart, dude. I don't feel like I'm like a bad dude. I think a lot of people that do streaming and stuff are not really like bad people. Like even the stuff we're seeing now, like you can paint a picture of how these people are. You have no fucking idea. You have no idea. And like people's biggest mistakes that are the best ammunition for content creators to use against them, that's not indicative of their whole fucking character as a person. And, I'm sick of being the one that has to push against that shit. I'm sick of having to be a fucking contrarian to the detriment of like my own well-being. I just, if I don't have to do it for money, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to make content that's fun for me. Right now, I'm working on a bunch of interviews with concept artists, hobbyists, AI enthusiasts, machine learning experts about AI art because I was interested in it. I didn't necessarily agree with the narrative that's going on online. I felt like there was a lot of gaps in how people are speaking about it. And the people who are really knowledgeable on it are not necessarily posting the information in a way that's like super easily digestible to people. So I thought that'll be a fun content idea. I'll talk with all these people, have a lot of off-stream interviews with them. Maybe those get posted to a Patreon or a YouTube, or now I'm considering like a podcast format, just like opening a podcast for the conversations I'm doing off-stream and offline. And that way you guys get some content. You get examples of how to have good conversations, how to communicate better, which is always something I've advocated for. It's a compliment that I've received at the end of every single interview I've conducted so far, that this was a wonderful conversation. Can I get a recording of this to share with people? Like, People are really enthusiastic about it. They're happy with the way I'm engaging with them. And it just feels good. It feels like the right thing. I feel like I'm back on the right track. And these videos could get no views. And I just wouldn't care because I just want to make something that I think should exist, that is the byproduct of me learning about something I already wanted to learn about in the first place. And if people follow me along for that ride, that's fucking awesome. I'm super happy to have you. If that's not what you're interested in, if you wanted debate review content, you wanted drama, you wanted that stuff, I'm sorry, man. That's draining. I don't think you would want that in your life, but that's just my 2 cents, right? That's not a fun way for me to live as a man. And, I got to stop doing that. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. That's why during this whole shabacle, I didn't cover any of it. I'm seeing people get thousands of extra views. I'm not covering it, dude. It felt really good to just say no. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to watch Cyberpunk. I'm going to watch movies. I'm going to do work at a real company and try to make a world a better place and not contribute to all the hate and all the nonsense that's going on. Power to you if that's your job, man. I get it. Rally, I get it, right? That's what I've done this whole time. It's no smack on you guys. It is a valid form of entertainment and it is hella fucking entertaining. When I watch Rally, I fucking bust up laughing. I'm going to let you in on a little secret, okay? It's embarrassing. I've pissed myself listening to Rally. Yeah. That's like a step removed from pissing on Relly, okay? I peed myself laughing at Relly. He's been that fucking funny at times. I think the content is super fun. It's hilarious, right? I've had those moments. It's been awesome. I love you guys. Ew. It happens, okay? That's the most flattering kind of laugh you can give someone is one that's tailed by a fart or a shart or a little bit of pee. A little bit of pee just squeezes out a little bit. Just a tip. I've had fun with it, man. I think your guys' content is super fun, super entertaining. There's a reason why lots of people watch it. It's just not fun for me to create. It's not a fun life to live. I hate it. I hate it every time there's drama, especially if it involves me. I feel bad when I cover other people's drama or get involved with it, or, there's a human aspect to every single bit of drama that you see. There's a human aspect to Adriana's, thing that she had with Slick. There's obviously a very human aspect to the people. Wow, that's a lot of money. 30. Thanks. There's also a lot of fucking, real stuff that's happening with Slicker, scamming people out of money. There's obviously a lot going on with XQC and Asan and fucking, Mizkif and all, we're watching the downfall of a lot of people's lives. And, it's just, and you might cheer some on. You might feel like others are unwarranted. You might feel all sorts of ways about every single topic involved there. But I would hope what we can agree about is it has a negative impact on people's lives. And whether you think it's deserved or not, I feel like that's an observable byproduct of all the drama. And it just doesn't feel good to be a part of that. I don't like being a part of it. It's not fun, especially when it's about you, right? Then it's all of a sudden the wake-up call to what you're doing. When it's about you and you have the feels bad man moments. Some people don't have the feels bad man moments. They're builtist differential, as my friend Too Mad would say. They got that builtist differential. They are built differently and it doesn't bother them. But it bothers me and I don't want to do it. So, good to see you again. Books have missed you. Looking mature and handsome. I don't think I'm very handsome. I can't wait till I get to the US and I go to my nice hair lady and I have her cut my hair and maybe I'll have her trim my beard because it's getting disgusting. And I worry that I'll ruin my last set of razor blades trying to shave this, But eating food is much more fun than making it. Nodders. I don't know about that. Do you think you could live like that as a woman? What, with a bunch of hair? Yeah, I mean, it was popular in the 70s. Why not now? I think shaving's optional. Sure. It'll come with its downsides, but friction and things like that. That went south. This hair discussion has gone south in a hurry. Okay. I can't wait for the twit longer about how irrelevant makes people pee their pants. It's coming. It's coming. Yeah, it'll be a fun hurrah. Perhaps my last hurrah with Twitch stuff, to go to TwitchCon and hang out with everybody. And again, if the job works out, everything is locked in and I can just engage with it as somebody who's like transitioning back into being like a fan, because that's the frank truth. I'm fans of a lot of these people. I'm a fan of Destiny. I'm a fan of Irrelevant. I'm a fan of Chud Logic. I'm a fan of Wicked Supreme. I'm a big fan of I'm Really Important, right? Like, I watch these people. I love what they're doing. And, it's cool to be friends with them. It's very cool to be friends with them. I'm very blessed. If you would have told Booksmarts, who had started streaming way back when, that like, or even before I had sent my email to Steven, which I felt so cringe about, and I like agonized over how am I going to write this in such a way that like it seems appealing to him and doesn't dox me and all this other stuff. Like, if you would have told that dude that he would have permissions to just come into the Destiny Discord whenever and hang out with him, or that I would meet Lycan and all the wonderful people in Georgia and hang out with them, or that I would be friends with a bunch of content creators who are now the biggest in our political space, besides Asan. I don't know. It would be strange to me. It'd be a strange proposition. I can't wait. I already read that. Job, you leaving Twitch? I got a job, which I will repeat for the 100th time because I know that people roll in here. Another reason that I much prefer scripted, structured YouTube content as opposed to live stream, though, and I have to answer that stuff over and over. But yeah, I really like Lycan for his goofy wholesomeness. I think there's a lot to like about Lycan, and I will leave it at that. Yeah, Lycan is a very likable dude. Very, very cool guy. I think Bastiat's another like cool guy, very chill, very down to earth dude, very quiet in person, which was strange because he's so boisterous on his stream. Men that I aspire to be like, they're like the fun uncle, I like the idea of being the fun uncle, the guy that does goofy, crazy shit and is very eccentric and, fun and all that. So there are my male role models like Lycan and Bastiat and stuff, and living the cool life. Has job, touching grass, enjoying life, pissing himself. That's me. Yeah. Are congrats in order? I would wait until the end of the month. I'm on my probationary period. I have no reason to believe that at the end of the probationary period it won't continue, but life works in mysterious ways. Who knows? I am definitely planning, as a just in case if things don't work out as any responsible adult would, but I'm pretty confident that I'll continue here. And I like working there. It's fun. It is fun to feel challenged as well. Like, I think this last week I had a meeting where I was like concerned because I was a bit behind on my work, and and I'm just starting, so it's not good to be behind on the work. And I got some words of advice from my boss about, startup culture and the kinds of people that join and like headspaces that you want to be in versus don't want to be in. He was very reassuring to me. And, he's like, no, we like, it's been nothing but kind stuff behind the scenes. Like, it's been super fun working with you. Don't worry about these things that you're worrying about. They're not as important as you think that they are. And here's some advice about it. And, I'm learning. I'm learning. And it feels good to be in that position. Like, that happened all the time doing essay work. You're constantly humbled because no matter how much research you do into a topic, you're not going to meet the expertise of people that do it their entire life, that have dedicated 20x, 100x the time that you've put into it thus far. And there's always stuff to learn. You don't have shit figured out. And if you feel like you have shit figured out, chances are you don't have it figured out. So that's been awesome. And I miss that. I miss being challenged in that way, of feeling like, fuck, I can't do this on the first try or the second try or the third try the correct way. So something is wrong and I have to figure out what it is and I have to solve it. And, you know, those problems, those challenges are just so fucking appealing to me. My brain loves it. Like, there are two wolves living inside of me. The lazy stoner wolf who wants to just like mope around and do nothing and play video games and eat and go straight from the computer to my bed. And then there is the hardworking, stressed out, anxious wolf that wants to like have hard work and hard problems and try and do something in the world and is very excited to do all that, even if it's scary, even if it'll be hard. And I think I need to start feeding that wolf a bit more. And this job will be a huge part of that. So you answered this already, didn't you? Care to elaborate on the kind of work specifically? I did answer it, but I will answer it again. So basically, right now, I'm working on the content management type stuff for the company. So like social medias and stuff like that. And I will also hopefully be helping on, you know, maybe some tools for creators, as well as generally being the voice in the room that is meant to represent creators, and giving some feedback as somebody that has worked at this for a while and has struggled as a small creator and who understands like what are the things that we need to level up and what are the problems that we face. And it's been super reassuring speaking with other creators through that job and outside of it about the problems that they're running into and constantly hitting the mark of like, I think I know what our problems are. Like, it's super awesome to feel like, okay, I've got that squared away. Now I need to figure out how to fix it. And that's always fun. You're on the good timeline, mate. Have at it. Yeah, I hope so. Shit, that seems like it was made for you. Yeah, thanks, dude. So yeah, man, it's cool. Life is on an interesting upswing, and I just hope it continues, you know? And I do always pretend that I have that ring on, you know, the ring from the fable where, you know, this too shall end, or this too shall pass. And that is supposed to kind of keep you in the moment a little bit. Things are going really good, so I'm trying to enjoy it and trying to be very positive and milk it for all it's worth and feel really good. And tomorrow it could go poorly, and this too shall pass. And I'm just trying to enjoy while I'm in it and while I'm aware that it is the moment that is good. And that way I can hold on to these dear emotions and thoughts and memories when times are less good, because it's inevitably going to come. And that's just life, you know? That's just life. Glad for you, Books. You look relaxed. I'm just chilling. I'm being chilling, dude. I'm just here having fun. Here talking to you guys, updating you a little bit. It feels weird to be talking with myself into the camera again. You know, and not having a voice on the other line that's talking to me. I've been in so many meetings and so many, you know, calls with people and interviews and stuff the last couple of weeks that it is weird to be sitting here talking to myself like this in this way. And yeah, this job is in Romania, I presume. This background is Romania. This background is Romania. But the job is 100% remote. The job is 100% remote, which again, like, very cool setup. 100% remote job, decent pay, fun problems in a space that I care about, has potential for me to really give back to the community and to you know, the only thing I could call it is a community. Besides that, maybe an economy of you know, creators and the people that follow them and support them. And you know, I just think there's so many people that are on the cusp of succeeding that just need a little bit of help. And my main goal at the company is to try and figure out what are those small barriers that we can help you overcome so that you can succeed. I think there's a lot of people who are like, you know, like I've had that a lot on Twitch, and Irrelevant, if he's still in here, and other people can probably attest to this. Like, I'm always pushing for you guys to like do better for yourselves, to like improve the things that are right in front of you that you know that you need to do, and maybe just a voice telling you to do it will push you over the edge, right? Like expanding into YouTube content, keeping consistent on it even if you're not getting a ton of views, like realizing the necessity and the discoverability of YouTube. You know, encouraging you when you do something that's rad. Thank you for the 10 pounds, Raga.
Glad to see you're doing well. make sure to remember the lessons you learned from black box thinking.
Yes, I will. And thank you so much for having me out there. It was awesome. I presume, although it could be somebody pretending to be you, I presume that is my host from the UK, and that was a lovely time, very lovely time. I wish I had done more in the UK. That's all on me. But I had a lot of fun times. There. Manchester, by the way, wonderful city. If any of you are ever considering Manchester as a place to visit in the UK, I 110% recommend it. It is a wonderful, wonderful city, very multicultural, lots of good shit to eat. Do not believe people when they tell you, oh, the UK's got nothing to eat, right? It's all fucking garbage, yeah? It's all fucking rubbish. It's not. It's really yummy. There's lots of good food. One of the benefits of being an imperial power is that you went ahead and got a lot of people who make good food to come over and make you good food. And it's not to say that your local food is bad either. An English breakfast is actually a very hearty, yummy, delicious, fatty meal. And I very much like it because those are all things I like in food. My host, of course, treated me to some lovely, lovely Indian dishes and stuff like that. He had some good insight into what's good shit in the city. Manchester, just lovely, lovely, lovely place. Super walkable city. If you're anywhere near like the center of town, you can get anywhere just walking around. I walked from one side of the town to the other, and it was great. If you put tomatoes and beans on my plate and call it breakfast, we are throwing hands. Interesting. I mean, besides beans, tomatoes find their way into all sorts of breakfast foods, so I don't know about that. Booksmarts, when can we get some Teemo games in? Well, if you would like to play League of Legends with me or enjoy some League of Legends content, I would highly recommend that you join the Discord, because I don't know about any of that. One very cool thing that was super inspiring and that I think would be fun to do, but I don't think I have the time for it at all, is... there is a YouTuber called CDogVA. He has a YouTube channel where he covers different stuff he's doing in Japan. He recently did a big cycling trip. And he did this thing where he's learning Japanese because he lives in Japan. He works in Japan. He works for a Japanese agency. And he would practice his Japanese in Apex games. And he would like make Japanese friends on Apex. And I think it would be really cool, maybe not with Japanese, maybe with another language, to like really invest in some language learning and bring that onto the stream through some gaming content. Like if there was a way that I could get some Spanish speaking people together, that would be actually really fun to play like Apex or play League of Legends with some people and practice my Spanish. I definitely have the friend group ready to play games with and practice Japanese with if I really wanted to. We actually did that one time. I think that's a video on the YouTube where I think we played Among Us with my Japanese Discord of friends, which I'm not in contact with too much anymore, but that such is the life. Yeah, like something like that would be fun, in my opinion. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much time I'll have for anything. There's so many lovely things I would love to do, and so little time. And such is the state of aging, as I'm beginning to realize. I don't have a lot of time to do the things that I want to do, and I really have to start prioritizing. And that's a big part of why I chose not to do this drama content. I want to focus on work. I want to do a good job. I want to get caught back up. I want to get not only at the curve, but ahead of it. I want to be ahead of the curve at work, and I hope to have all that done by the end of the month. And that way, I can show them that, like, you know, there was a learning curve to this, but I passed it, I broke through it, and now I'm ahead of schedule and stuff. That's where I hope to be by the end of the month. In order to do that, I have to spend some time doing that. You ever heard of the phrase "high school will be the best years of your life"? Yeah, those people are sad as fuck. Here's the thing. In my opinion, high school was fantastic. It was fine. And I don't think I'm sad as fuck. So I don't know. I think it's a gross generalization. I think the people that talk about high school all the time, it's a bit strange the older that you get. But I don't feel like it's a generalization that I would make. I don't know if they're going to be the best years of your life. I feel like that's an interesting statement, but they are fun years, right? Like, you've just completed the weirdness of puberty with like middle school and all the weirdness that's associated with that. You know, you're finally looking at the end line of being a child and becoming an adult. That's very, very exciting and daunting all at the same time. You might be starting relationships for the first time and kind of working your way through that and going through heartache and figuring out, you know, sex stuff and all that, dating. And you're becoming a little adult. That's a fun time. I don't know. It was fun for me. Might not have been fun for you, but, you know, I look back fondly on high school, but it sucked moving around a lot. In case you guys don't know, and this might be, I mean, my therapist has told me that part of the reason why I might feel so compelled to be moving around all the time, and I make a very big deal out of staying in one place, and I make it out to be more of a problem than it is because, you know, my parents were divorced, and we moved back and forth, like weekdays, weekend, weekdays, weekend, and they lived in like totally different cities and totally different counties. And, you know, that meant that there was just a lot of switching schools because they were moving all the time. And there was a, like, to pick one example of that might give you an indication of what the entirety of like my schooling career was like. I left the high school that I was at for like the majority of my high school years, right at the end, like months before graduation, like, and I had to graduate with a bunch of people that I didn't really know. So, you know, I moved around a lot. It was just constantly moving every single week, taking the train by myself, you know, between different counties and having to work out all the times on my own, making sure that I don't keep anything at one parent's house or the other that they're going to fuck with or take away from me, or hold over my head. I had to try and like live out of a suitcase. So I think a lot of that had a very lasting impact on me as an adult. And that's probably why I continued traveling after I became an adult, and I'm still traveling now. And I hope to be settling down and trying to like work through that baggage, you know, what little baggage I have, because I travel around with the single suitcase. Yeah, that's probably the reason for all of that. Incoming raid. Why is everybody raiding me? What's going on? College was way better than high school. Those were the best years of my life so far. Yeah, I wouldn't know. Didn't go. What little time I spent in college was a fucking drag. And I'm not talking about those shows the conservatives hate, neither. Yeah, it fucking sucked. I would have to wake up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to be at the bus stop at like 4 something to take a bus all the way to LA, which would be like a multi-hour trip with transfers and shit that if I missed, I would be absolutely fucked. And they're late a lot of the time because public transport isn't like super reliable in California. And then like, hope to God I don't have a late class because I have to take those buses and stuff back, and they only run so late.
Let's have a smell, all right?
Yeah.
Ooh, wafting.
Another one of
everyone likes their own brand,
my favorite
don't they? This is
people.
magic.
Smells like it.
All right, analysis.
Analysis smells like a guy who thinks highly of himself. A guy who thinks he's real fucking important. What's up, my friend? It's been good getting a raid from you and Relly. I want to update you, give you a TLDR. It'll be like my 18th time doing this, but such is the life of a Twitch streamer, which you understand and like probably more than I do. I got a job. Hopefully this job will continue. I'm in my probationary period until the end of the month, but things are looking good. Got nothing but positive reception from the people I'm working with and my bosses, which I feel like is an important indicator of things to come. That's why I've been away from streaming for a bit. Irai already knows this, but this is for you guys. Irai and I are, of course, personal friends, talk quite a bit off stream. And that's going really well. It's going well. I'm very excited to continue working on that. And as far as this channel, I want to move away from all this drama shit. I want to move away from you guys' debate stuff. I want to move away from performative politics. If I come on here and I talk about politics, I hope that it is to push something that you guys can actually fucking do. Like, if I come on here to talk to you about politics, I hope that in the future, it is literally just, here's a phone number you can call. Here's something you can do. Here's something I want you to work on. And just move away from all the performative stuff, move away from all of the entertainment stuff that is involved with this community. It's been rough. Started out real good. Lots of people liked me, right? And then, drama. That's not very fun. So, I just, I'm going to continue making content and bankrolling it myself and through whatever funds that we get from Patreon, which thanks to the people that have stuck on there. I don't know why, but thank you. And making stuff that I want to make, that I want to see exist. Right now, I'm working on an AI art project. If you or anybody that you know is involved with, understands, is interested in, might have cool insights about AI art, definitely let me know. You can DM me on Twitter. You can DM me on Discord. My Discord DMs are open. You can always get the Discord information by doing !Discord, or you can go on any video on the YouTube channel, and there should be a link to the channel in the description. I have spoken with a couple of people so far, both fantastic in the last day. They've gone fantastic, and to the point where the people were thanking me at the end. They were saying it's a really good conversation. One of them wants recording of it to show his friends and stuff, and to listen back to and consolidate some of the ideas that we talked about. That's always a good sign, in my opinion. And I will be looking to share those conversations with you guys. I was initially thinking about making them like a Patreon exclusive while I work on the YouTube videos that would go out on the YouTube channel that would be specifically about these topics, and kind of creating an experience for you guys to walk you through what it was like for me to learn about it. So if I had oh, that was a really cool moment where I learned something. Oh, that was a really cool moment where I learned about this artist. Oh, this clicked for me, that these people believe this because of this. Taking all of the insights and epiphanies that I've had and then ordering them in such a way that it makes a good YouTube video, and then separating those different orders into nice little chunks of video for you. And that's the plan for the AI art project. As far as the interviews, both of them have been about 2.5 hours, and I'm looking at probably releasing them. I'm doing this because I want to learn about it. Okay. It's fun for me. I want to learn about podcasts and what is it, how do you upload podcasts and how do you edit them and stuff? I dabbled in podcasts. I will not tell you what the podcasts were or anything like that, because I don't want you digging them up. I actually did podcasts before I did Twitch streaming, and it was so fun. And I want to try that again. I like talking with people. I like communication. And I don't really like being shoehorned into having to speak about communication in terms of people who don't really care about communication. They're kind of looking to entertain people or debate people or be very conflict oriented. And that's just not how I handle conversations. Or it's not how I like to handle conversations, I should say. If Ira is listening, he knows that, I do be doing a little bit of arguing. But I want to do fun stuff, and I can bankroll it with my income and with what I make off the Patreon. And this is what I want to do. I just want to make stuff that I like. Hey, what's wrong with that? That's what I'm going to move towards. If you supported me through the debate review stuff, and that's been your MO, cool. Maybe we'll return to cover something that I find particularly interesting or for fun. But trying to make that my main income source, man, has been rough. It's been rough. It sounds awesome. Practical things to do for us online, internet denizen. Yeah, one really cool thing, even talking to the last person I talked to about AI art is I want to have a Rolodex of people that actually do stuff. Because one complaint he had is the same complaint I've had about this space, which is a lot of the times we spend so much energy on the fun part the social part, the social media part, the complaining about stuff and commiserating with each other. And we're not really investing our time and our energy into like solutions to the problems. And you probably heard that a gazillion times, but you know, do I talk about this? I won't talk about this. I will keep this under my jacket here. Okay, I'll just tuck that away. Okay, we'll keep that for later. What I will say is, no, I won't say anything. I want to keep it all secret. Yeah, I want to make more contacts with people who are doing things, and I want to do more with that. That's what I'll say. So I want to talk more with Riley Grace Rochongs than I want to doze. I want to talk more with I'm Really Importance than I do insert name here because I don't want to upset anybody. That's what I want to do. I want to move more towards how I used to operate, which is like taking an interest in people who are doing things or who are aware of the things that there are to do, and seeing what I can do with that. Because, you know, it's so hard to talk about this without talking about secret projects. I'm going to keep my secret projects secret because when I talk about them, they fall apart. How frequent will new content to be? I don't know. Is there going to be a notable dip in how frequent you post? Probably. At least in the short term. As I've said, the ideal situation is I bring on a producer person. I would love to pay somebody from the community to do that and to help me with it and to train them and give them resume experience that they can put on the resume and, do it that way. I may just go with somebody that has formal training and just pay more for that. Rather than have to train them, because frankly, that is a lot of time and energy. And I think if you're anybody who's worked in a position where you have to train people, you understand what I'm talking about. But if you're a regular employee, you probably have no idea. It takes a lot to train people, and it's a huge investment. I want to do that. And have somebody help me on the production side of things. I want somebody to look at my Gantt charts, my beautiful, beautiful Gantt charts. Which, if you don't know what they are, I'll find you a picture. I'll find you a picture to help you. You know what actually might be best? I could probably just grab the Gantt chart from my conversation with Tak. The Gantt chart that I did not follow. The Gantt chart that I most certainly did not follow. Let's do that. Okay. Hopefully this is the right screen. Oh, it's not. Hello. You can see the wrong monitor. Hello, wrong monitor. This isn't right either. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I want a hand, want a hand, want a hand, want a hand, want to tell you what I want. That one? Is that good? I think that's the right one. Yes, it is. Wonderful. I don't know why these windows are so huge on OBS. One sec. Let me just squeeze you down, big boy. You don't need to be that large. Just make you like that and then put you back over here. Looking at save my data here. Yeah, making my little Gantt charts and helping me follow them, because Lord knows if it's left to me and I don't have an accountability structure, I will not. Wait, does this leak things? Oh, it does leak things. Okay. It does leak things. We didn't follow any of these dates, okay? But for instance, everything in pink is things that Tak would be editing. Something would be done here and I would deliver a video or an interview for Tak to edit from Tuesday to Thursday. And, if we can make one of these and I can have somebody in charge of managing it so they can just make sure that I follow it, then, we can get content out in a reasonable fashion, because there would be a more complicated version of this with like YouTube Shorts and TikToks and things like that. All the things that I just frankly don't want to spend the time doing, but other people can, and I could pay them for it. So yeah, part of the plan is to have somebody else be making much more sophisticated Gantt charts that they're managing every day and contacting everybody who is a stakeholder that's involved, like the people that I need to interview or my editor Tack or whoever else, and then just things like shooting. I'm going outside and shooting, shooting a gallery, shooting, at a park, just shooting everywhere, the American dream. Oh, I should show them on a part. But like, here's another cool thing that would be possible if I had somebody helping me manage this. I would love for quotes and things like that in videos to be voiced by like, I'm really important, or be voiced by Irrelevant, or be voiced by Chud Logic. Can you imagine like you're watching the video and just all of a sudden, like there's a quote on the screen and there's a voiceover of Chud Logic reading it? Like, wouldn't that be kind of fun? Like that, like, there's so many ideas that I think are fun to do that if I can just toss them to somebody else and put the responsibility on them to make sure that part of the production gets done, I think we can make fun videos. And you don't have to know who Chud Logic is to have a fun time with like a Chud Logic voiceover, right? Or like IRI, he's got that fucking interesting radio Californian voice, right? I want like that kind of stuff. I think those would be like fun little elements in this like transition period. And it would give me the opportunity to like work with some of the people that I've grown to really love over the years. So, that's the kind of stuff that I would like to do. And this is the kind of stuff that, somebody helping me on the production end would help make sure happens. Because there's like plenty of fun ideas. It's just, if left to my own devices, I'm not going to execute on them. And I need help. I need help. That's what I need. I rise instead of Hassan's. All my homies hate Hassan. Fishy musical note. Any updates on BGG? No, I don't. A lot of the BGG people are busy, and I'm busy, of course, with work as well. So BGG has been one of the things that we're putting on the shelf in terms of development for it until I have time and everybody else has time. Like conveniently, nobody else had time to work on it at the same time that I don't have time to manage it, which is a blessing in disguise. Because if I had to try and manage BGG stuff, I would fail. Plates would be falling. No, not right now. But when I move back to LA, I hope to kind of try to structure my life a little bit more and be more intentional. I mentioned before hiring people. Like, I definitely need somebody to just help me with time tracking and stuff. And because if it's up to me, dude, again, two wolves, okay? Stoner Wolf, very strong, okay? Stoner Wolf will beat up and overcome the, good guy wolf. So I need to, while the other wolf is feeding and growing and the other wolf is shrinking and shrinking, I need somebody to help me in the interim. And hopefully that'll be the artificial structure that I'll create to kind of help manage all these different disparate, projects all at once. Like if I could just meet with somebody twice a week and be like, okay, so how are things going at BGG? You've talked to so-and-so. All right, awesome. Here's what I want us to do moving forward. Where are we going to fit that into the week? Okay, cool. I'll follow up with you then. Just call me then. Let me know about this meeting when it happens and I'll do it. I'll set all these alarms in my phone and bada bing, we're good. I had a system like that kind of getting started in Romania and it made me see the benefit of it. So I know what needs to be done. I know what it will cost me. I know I can afford it. So I'll probably do that. If you want to be his lover, you got to get with his friends. Yeah, I'm like Snoop Doggy Dogg, bro. We're getting the whole gang in here. Which Chud voice would he be reading it with? Would depend on the quote, wouldn't it? It would depend on the quote. But, no, I wouldn't use that voice. I know the voice you're thinking about. We wouldn't use that voice, okay? We would use his normal voice. His normal voice is fun enough as it is, okay? We don't need that voice. We don't do that here. Yeah, so there's all my updates. I feel like there's not much more for me to tell you guys about. We've kind of hit a natural end here. Again, I will say if you have a project or not a project, dumb fuck. What am I thinking? If you have anybody, a friend, somebody you know on Twitter that would be cool to talk to about AI art, let me know. DM me on Twitter, DM me on Discord. I'll be in both places. Do not whisper me on Twitch. I ignore those. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I'm feeling positive. I don't know when I'll be back on stream, okay? But I'll, I'll try to check in with you guys on occasion. What I would say is keep your expectations down until the end of the month, because I really, really want to work hard at the job and do a good job because I do want my stuff to be renewed. I like the team. I like the work that we're doing, and I want to be a part of it. And so I just really want to focus on delivering for them. And that's what I'll be doing after this. We have a few really cool events going on at the company. And I need to review at, 3x speed some of the content that we've been producing, and then write a little bit about it. And I have a bunch of stuff that I have to do at work. So thank you for hanging out with me during my dinner break from work. I will talk to you all later. Have a good rest of your day. Let me try and give back the love on Twitch and send you guys over to somebody relevant who is online right now. Let's see here. Let's raid my good friend. Oh, not really friends with him, but I am friends with his wife. It's probably not a good joke. I'm okay. To be clear, I just his wife has reached out to me before, and she was super duper nice in her message. So I will always remember the kindness of strangers. Okay, there we are. So we'll head on over to Hunter Avalon. Who knows what that guy's talking about? I certainly don't. Hassan drama. There you go. So if you're into the drama stuff, have fun. I know I'll be watching it. Head in the Discord if you want to talk with me about drama, because that's where it'll be happening, in the drama channel. You could probably see some of my thoughts and stuff that's been happening already. And if you've been watching Cyberpunk and you want to talk about Cyberpunk and stuff, I did have quite a spicy take about Cyberpunk, and that's in there as well. I'm also keeping up with House of the Dragon, so if that's something you're interested in, at me in movies and TV, that channel in the Discord, I'd be happy to talk with you about it, and I will see you all later. Have a good day, stay positive, stay empathetic, work on your communication, be a better person, okay? Because if we all do that, the world's a better place, and it needs it right now. So have a good one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Twitch chat. All right, YouTube chat. You know what to do. Like the video, comment, let me know. What are you excited about? What do you want to see? I don't know. Let me know, okay? What have you been doing while I've not been streaming? You tell me, okay? Have a good rest of your day, YouTube chat. I will see you later.